We're going to take a good look of this Grand L70 series, Ken, and Brock from Rock Hill Farms did a wonderful job going through some of the detailed features of the premium. What I'd like to do is, well, we'll review some of those features, but what I would like to do is try to show the differences between the Deluxe and the premium and the open station and the cab. There's several different options and several different configurations. We're going to try to help sort that out for you guys, the viewers. This is an amazing tractor. I've never seen anything like it.
No, the technology is sports car-like. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of the big ag tractors that have just an enormous amount of technology in them, and it's useful stuff. Let's get started. We've got three machines here to look at. You can see the daytime running lights on the 3970 over there, open station. This is a 4270 Deluxe cab here. Deluxe is probably the wrong word for it.
Yeah, it's like a step-down version of the premium cab. Well featured, but just not as much of the
a lot of the technology taken out. And then over here off camera right now, we have the L70 premium. There are 6 models here, Ken. It's a little bit confusing. So we kind of have three kind of variants, right? We have the open station and the cab.
Right.
And then we have the Deluxe and the premium, the plain and the premium.
Yeah, the better.
And rather than showing these trim levels and the same horsepower, they've also differentiated by making a turbo only on the premium models.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So because of that, we have 6 different models. So in this case, we have the 4270, which is the Deluxe. The very same tractor in the premium is a 4470. So they put a turbo on it.
Yep.
And then they add all the extra technology features, and it becomes a different model. So the 2 lower end tractors, the 39 and the 44, are the turbo premium.
Right.
The 37 and the 42 are the Deluxe.
And without a turbo.
Without a turbo, and that's the same is true in open station or cab.
Right. And some have 3-cylinder engines, some have 4-cylinder engines.
Yes, the bottom 2 models, the 39 and the 37 are 3-cylinder, and the rest of the lineup is 4-cylinder. The biggest 2 models are available only in premium. So that's the 50 and the 60.
Right.
Let's take a look inside the premium cab, and we'll get started. We'll work our way kind of down the line. I think it's easier to see what's been removed than what's been added. Ken, you got the short end of the stick here. You have to stand up. I can use the swivel seat, the air ride seat. I could even turn the heat on, but I'm afraid it'd run the battery down on this tractor. But this is the highest end seat with the high back, and it is incredibly comfortable. But this swivel mechanism is available on all seats in the line, even on the Deluxe lowest end seat.
That's unbelievable in this size tractor.
It doesn't swivel an enormous amount, but that's a huge help. A guy gets a little older, it gets a little harder to turn backwards, so even a 10 degrees or something here that it does is a huge help. I'll let you try it in a minute, man. What we have here is a fully featured joystick. I'm just going to hit the high level. All of the cruise control functions are available on it. You've got auto throttle off and on it, and
third function, of course.
It's fully functional. Again, Brock from Rock Hill Farms goes through this in great detail. Just go watch his video and get that. A couple of things that are really interesting here. All the radio functionality is integrated right into this display, as well as front and rear cameras. There's a jog shuttle wheel right here that allow us to get to those functionalities, right? So we can rotate the jog shuttle. This is just like the Kubota mini excavators now. Rotate the jog shuttle, push it down to select, and you can choose all kinds of configuration options. Very handy, very intuitive, and the features are just above and beyond anything else we've seen in a compact tractor.
Absolutely.
Anywhere. Any brand.
Yeah.
Any price. I've not seen anything like this. Reminds me of the fence in the big tractors. Really does.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
and everything's right where you expect it to be. You can just reach right for it. You don't have to look for it. It's just right where you want it. Right.
The joystick is right here. I can answer the phone with a push button right here. Very handy. Okay, this is a tilt wheel, but there's a 2-stage pedal here. Mm-hmm. If I push the pedal just halfway down, I can tilt.
Right.
If I push it all the way down, I can telescope.
Yeah, that's very good for us short guys.
Yeah, and now it's not like real easy to telescope, but I'm not going to use that telescope.
No, you're going to use the tilt more than the telescope.
Use the tilt to get in and out, and the telescope just, for different people, really. For me, I'm going to want it down so I can put my hands on my knees.
You don't want to do the truck driver thing where you have this?
That would be Dave. He likes to have it way up. He'll get a big steering wheel like this,
Yep.
If he were here, I couldn't tease like that.
That's right.
He is here. He's behind the camera.
More
Yeah,
more plush
a
than the
lot
Deere
of
one.
travel.
Yeah,
It's got a
more than
lot
the
of
Deere
travel in the seat. What do you think of that? What do you think of that swivel, Ken?
It could be more, but it's enough.
It really helps.
Yeah.
15 degrees, you said, I think?
No, I don't know.
I think you said 15.
15 degrees.
And I could see that the backrest could be an issue for some people.
We have something different here from any other compact tractor that I know. It's HDS. I think that's hydrostatic dual speed.
Yeah, hydro dual speed, they
So
abbreviate.
there's 3 speeds down here in a range lever, just like most tractors of this size, 3-speed hydrostatic.
Right.
But this one's actually a 6-speed hydrostatic, okay? And 2 of those speeds are shift on the go, right here on the handle on the premium version. So there's a handle right here. You can manually shift it from high to low, so you have 2 speeds within that range. Or you can have it set up to auto shift, right? So your tractor gets under load and it will automatically shift down.
Shift into that lower range.
Two scenarios that are obvious for this. One is you've got a loader, you're going into a pile, and it begins to struggle a little bit pushing into the pile. It'll automatically downshift and let you push on into the
And then
pile.
as you back out, it's just back into the higher.
Right, so that you can travel across the yard or wherever with your bigger load.
In like truck terminology, I would think that explain that as a splitter. Like you have a splitter, like a split rear end, if you
Yeah, it is
remember that.
much like
so
a split
it's basically
rear end.
splitting each gear in each range.
Now, what I'm not sure of is how much it switches, right? We can look at the specs, hopefully, and see how, whether there's overlap between if you're in the mid-range and the main 3-speed. Yeah, you see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The other scenario would be, say, mowing. Let's say you have a brush cutter on, you get into real heavy condition, it's going to automatically downshift for you.
Or you can do it manually if you choose to, right?
Yes.
With the lever, right? You can set it either way.
Amazing feature. It's been around, I believe, since the 40 series. I'm not sure, but it definitely in the 60 series they had it. It doesn't get enough press, quite frankly.
No, it sounds very cool. I'd love to try it in real life.
Okay, now we're in the Deluxe cab, and from a distance, it seems the same.
Yes.
But a lot of the technology has been removed. I can't tell exactly how much because we don't have power to this machine. But the jog shuttle dial does not exist here, right? Now we just have a little a flat navigation panel here. Gives us the same features, but it's just not quite as nice perhaps as the jog shuttle. We don't have the phone controls.
The volume control's gone.
Right.
And the biggest thing we're missing here is the HDS handle. This tractor still has the HDS, but you can't control it
Manually.
from this lever. To me, this is honestly a big miss.
It is.
They've got a wonderful feature here, and it's included in the tractor. We're just missing
just the
manual
handle
control.
Right. Yeah.
I need to follow up here and see if it can be added. Because if it can be added, that would be something that
Be worth having.
that might be worth adding. Now, this tractor is still going to have the same quiet cab. This cab is one of the quietest, if not the quietest, in the industry in this size. We can see some insulation that's under the floor here and all, just to isolate this stuff. A wonderful cab. Off the record, they claim that the manufacturer's not officially claiming, but they say it is a little bit quieter than
One of the competitors.
Well, down here.
definitely than the competitors. We know that. But also then the 60 series, they think that they've improved it a little bit over that. They just can't formally say things like that.
Missing the telescoping wheel, but it's still adjustable fore and aft.
Yeah, so now we have the tilt, but not the telescope. This machine has a mechanical seat. It still has a good cushion to it.
Right.
Still has the swivel. It doesn't have the high back. And what they mentioned is that if you have the high back, it can prohibit you from leaning around and putting your arm over the back and getting, just getting a further view backwards, because your shoulder hits that back. So some operators prefer a lower back so that they can turn around a little more efficiently.
They mentioned that the two air ride seat options, the basic difference is the height of the back of the seat. You still have the air ride, you still have the swivel. Even in the mechanical suspension seat, you still have the swivel.
Which is amazing.
It's in every model it is, yeah.
Now I'm thinking that this tractor here is what my neighbor Rex would want.
Yeah, less features, less menu. He's not going to want to go through the jog dials and
Less technology. He's not going to want all that stuff. Just work.
Start
I
it
just
up
want
and
this
go.
tractor to
Yeah.
work. But he wants a quiet cab. He wants the reliability and feature set of this tractor. He just doesn't want all that technology in his way. Now me, I love those cameras and I love the extra technology. I think I would want the premium.
absolutely, I would too. The cameras are very cool.
So that's what you're looking at here. If I were to choose one feature that I think is missing from this Deluxe cab, it is that HDS, that 2-speed shift on the go lever. You can get to it through the menus and you can still shift through the menus. It's just not as handy.
Not as handy, right? Absolutely.
Other than that, if you're anti-technology, choose the Deluxe cab.
So we have a loader level indicator here that's kind of new design. We all seen the rods where you line up a bend in the
Yeah,
rod
bend
or
and something like
whatever. But this one is easily adjustable without tools. So we have different attachments. We have forks, we have buckets, we have grapples. They all have different levels. So this one, all you have to do is squeeze this, and you can move this anywhere up and down here, and just line it up with this.
Yeah, whatever visually looks right to you, you can.
Yeah, exactly.
If even different users want to line it differently, they can. That's really simple.
But you don't need wrenches or any other tools to do that like everybody else
The
does.
angle sometimes gets caught and
Yes.
and
Yeah.
either screeches or worse on one of our loaders.
And it rattles. They should paint this orange. It's Kubota So a few loader options that they have are, one is the loader lights they have. There's a button on the dash in there, and you can put LED lights right here and angle them whichever way you want. And they live right here, so they're protected, and they get some light into the ground. Another thing they've improved upon over the 40 and 60 series is where the hose connections are. They used to live out here, outside of the frame of the loader, where they were kind of vulnerable. They've moved them inside the loader frame. These two are for the third function, so if you didn't have that, you wouldn't have these two. This electrical connection is for the optional loader lights.
That's really nice. I mean, you're not going to break those off. You're not going to get those
very
caught.
well protected. Yeah, much better than the 40 and 60 series.
Hey Ken, let's go look at the open station. This is the 3970 Premium. Okay, so this is the smallest premium tractor. It actually, from a frame size and all, it feels pretty big. This is very large for a 39 horsepower tractor. I'm going to say as an aside here, Kubota has another 39 horsepower tractor, the L70-02.
Right.
Both of them have L39,
Right.
but they are dramatically different.
That's a lot smaller machine compared to this.
It is. It's a lot smaller machine. It's de-featured. There's really, you're not going to have a decision point between an L3902 and this
No,
tractor.
they're different machines.
These are totally different machines. Now, I may be a little outside my comfort zone here, but I suspect the closer model to compete with this from a capability standpoint would be the MX 4900.
Ah, okay.
It's a little more horsepower, but it's going to be less expensive because it's de-featured. So if you're interested in something with a little less features than this, but still a lot of capabilities, maybe you compare this to the MX model.
The bare bones utility model versus a few features, yeah.
Instead of the L3902. So I think that's the better matchup here for these. But this is going to have a lot more features. This is still going to have that 2-speed, the HDS.
Speed, the jog dial, obviously missing the phone controls. You're not going to have that on open station. Has the full featured joystick with all the controls in it, unlike the Deluxe model. Still has, again, the swivel seat.
All the seats are available.
This is a mechanical suspension, but there's still 2 air ride seats available. This has armrests. These are not adjustable, I don't think, whereas the air ride seats are adjustable. A nice dash over here to put stuff, a nice phone holder, another little cubby hole to store stuff in.
Up to 3 rear remotes on all of the models.
Yeah.
None are standard, but up to 3 on all models. It's hard for us to get all of these in the shot at the same time on the show floor here, just the way they're laid out. Let's talk pricing just a little bit. The Open Station L39 is about $44,000 with the loader.
With the loader, right, yeah.
Okay. This Deluxe 4270 with the cab is about $55,000 with the loader. And then that's the big one down there. The L70 with the loader is about $68,000. These are retail prices, of course, they're not the selling prices.
Right.
But that's the retail prices of those, and it gives you a little bit of a range. You can go to the build your own and get all
Different
of
options, yeah.
Get the options that you're looking for. But it's since they're not the same size, we can't quite do an apples to apples, but
And they have a lot of options on this. If you look at the spec sheet on the webpage, there's extensive amount of options.
the spec sheet on the webpage is laid out very well. There's a brochure there that you can download. That's why partially we're not going through every single detail here, right?
It would be too difficult,
there's a
yeah.
cold weather option that has a bunch of interesting 3-point hitch options, better flotation, accumulator, just tons of options. And I find that well, I think it'll create a lot of flexibility for folks.
Another option available on the premium cabs is a mid PTO, which is pretty rare for this frame size.
Yeah, it's interesting. Only the premium and only the cab. Think about this. Why would that be?
Snow removal?
Yeah, I mean, so the only reason they're putting the mid PTO or making it available is for snow removal options, front snow blower, which we haven't necessarily seen a front snow blower in any of the brochures, but clearly that's what the plan is.
They even have a Nokian snow tire option for when they get into that. Yeah.
So they're really gearing up for snow removal for that larger machine. I think that'll be a big hit.
Sure. Would have been great for this year.
The show's open now. You can see there are people everywhere. I think it's going to be a busy day here, Ken.
Absolutely. Beautiful day outside.
Yeah.
Been a good show.
Yeah, National Farm Machinery Show, Louisville, Kentucky. First time we've been able to see these tractors, and I'm much more impressed than I expected.
Yeah.
I mean, this is absolutely amazing.
Features are unbelievable.
Yes, they're expensive, of course, but they're not expensive compared to their features, in my opinion.
They're not out of reach expensive either. I don't feel like. I think it's good value for the money. Yeah.
A good value. I think that's the way of putting it.
You're getting a lot for the money.
It's going to be out of reach for a lot of people, but there are going to be a lot of people who this fits perfectly.
Right.
I would not hesitate. I would love to try one of these on our property.
I would love to see it against the Yanmar.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.
The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands.